Division of polynomials. In dividing a polynomial by a binomial, we may use two different methods. It can be long division or synthetic division. For long division, we write our equation like this. The dividend must be inside this division symbol, and then the divisor must be written outside. Then, follow the steps in dividing. First, divide. What we have to divide is the first term of our dividend by the first term of our divisor. So it will be 3x cubed divided by x. And in dividing variables, you just have to subtract their exponent. Therefore, x cubed divided by x will give us x squared. So we'll have 3x raised to 2 or x squared, and we will write that above the term with the similar exponent of our answer. Again, it became 3x squared because we just subtract the exponent of our variable. So x raised to 3 divided by x is like 3 minus 1. So we got 2. Then after that, second step, multiply. We will multiply this quotient to the binomial or the divisor. So 3x squared times x will give us 3x cubed. And we will write that below the first term. Then 3x squared times negative 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. And it is negative. Therefore, we'll have negative 12x squared. Then, proceed with the third step, subtract. Let us subtract this 2. And in subtracting polynomials, remember that you only have to change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed in adding them. So here, the subtrahend 3x cubed is positive, so we will make it negative, like that. And then, the second one, negative 12, so it's negative, we will make it positive. Okay? To subtract polynomials, you just have to change the sign of the subtrahend. Now, proceed in adding them. 3x cubed minus 3x cubed, it will be cancelled or equal to 0. Then, negative 10x squared plus positive 12. So, this negative 12 is now positive. So, negative 10 plus positive 12 will have positive 2. Different sign, so we have to subtract them and copy the sign of the larger number. 12 is positive. So, we got positive 2. And just copy x squared. Then after that, fourth step, we need to bring down. So we still have term here. Let us bring down negative 9. Then after bringing down that term, in the step 5, it says repeat. It means we will go back to the first step. Wherein we will divide, after that multiply, then subtract, then bring down, and repeat again. So it means we have to divide this first term, 2x squared, by the first term of our binomial, x. 2x squared divided by x, you will have 2x. We just subtracted their exponent. Then after dividing, multiply quotient times the binomial. So 2x times x will give us 2x squared. And then 2x times negative 4 will give us negative 8x. So, we may proceed in subtracting them. Remember that you have to change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. So, this positive 2x squared will become negative, while negative 8x will become positive. So, let's add. 2x squared plus negative 2x squared, that will be equal to 0. So, we may just cancel them. And then, negative 9 plus positive 8. So, they have different sign. Therefore, you have to subtract. 9 minus 8 will give us 1. And copy the sign of the larger number. It's negative. Therefore, we'll have negative x. And remember that if the numerical coefficient of a variable is 1, we do not have to write that. That's why we only have here negative x. Then, since we're done with subtraction, we may bring down. We still have positive 4 here. Bring down positive 4 and proceed to division. Negative x divided by positive x, you will have negative 1. because x divided by x is 1, and there is one negative number, therefore your answer will also be negative. Then multiply. Multiply -1 or this quotient to the binomial given or the divisor. So -1 times x will have negative x here. And then -1 times -4, both of them are negative. Therefore, the answer will be +4. And proceed to subtraction. So again, change the sign of the subtrahend. Negative, it will become positive. And positive here will become negative. So negative x plus positive x, that will be equal to 0. So we may just cancel. +4 and -4 will also give us 0. So therefore, the answer here is 0. So it means the quotient of this polynomial is equal to 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. The other method in solving or dividing this polynomial is the use of synthetic division. To do that, we have to equate the divisor with 0. It means x minus 4 will be equal to 0, like this. We just added equal to 0, so that we can solve for x. And to solve for x, we just have to transpose this -4 to the other side. So -4, when you transpose, since it's negative, it will become positive. So x is equal to +4. Then this +4, we will use this as divisor. So we will write it inside this. Okay? And then, before we proceed in division, we have to get the coefficient of each term in our dividend. But make sure that when you get the coefficient, they must be arranged in standard form. It means you have to start with the term that has the highest degree. So here, the highest exponent we have is 3. So we have x cubed as our highest degree. Therefore, we will start with this term. So the coefficient of this term is +3. Let's write +3 here. Followed by -10. Okay, let's write -10. And then we have -9 here. -9. And we have +4. Okay. If in case there is a missing term in this polynomial, you have to write 0 on that position. Okay, but since it's complete, it's raised to 3, raised to 2, raised to 1, and raised to 0. So therefore, we may not add 0 here. So let us proceed now in dividing them using synthetic division. So this is the format of the synthetic division. So let us start. The first step is bring down the coefficient of the first term. So we have +3 here. And then, after you bring down the first term, we have to multiply it to the divisor, okay? And then add it to the next term. And just continue the process. Multiply, then add, multiply, add, multiply, add. So let's do this. Let's multiply this to 3 times 4. You will have +12. Write that below the next term. Then after that, you add them. So -10 plus 12, different sign, so you have to subtract, will have +2. After we add, multiply again, 2 times 4, okay, 2 times 4 will have +8, write it below the next term. So we have +8 here. After that, add -9 plus 8, different sign again, it means you have to subtract, will have -1. Then again, multiply, -1 times +4, you will have -4 here. After that, add 4 plus -4 will give you 0. So therefore, this will be our coefficient. Now, how are we going to write our final answer? The exponent of the variable of our first term must be 1 less than the highest degree. So the highest degree of the original equation is x cubed. It means the first term of our answer will be x squared. Okay? -1 in the exponent. So x squared. Therefore, the next term will be x raised to 1. And if it is x raised to 1, we do not have to write raised to 1 anymore. Okay? If the exponent is 1, we do not have to write 1 anymore. Then the next term here will be x raised to 0. If x is raised to 0, we do not have to write it anymore. So therefore, the final answer here will be 3x squared plus 2x. Okay, we have 2x here minus 1. 1 will not have any variable anymore since the variable will be raised to 0. It means it's not existing or it is equal to 1. So this is the final answer. Another example, we have 3y cubed minus 8y squared minus 15 divided by y minus 3. So again, to use synthetic division, we have to equate the denominator with 0. So we'll have y minus 3 equal to 0. Then, after that, solve for y. It means we need to transpose negative 3 to the other side. It will become positive. So now we have y is equal to positive 3. This positive 3, we will use this as our divisor. So let's write positive 3 here. Okay. And then let's get the coefficient of each term here. So again, please make sure that the polynomial is arranged in standard form. Let's start with the highest degree, which is raised to 3, and it has the coefficient of 3. Therefore, we will write here positive 3, followed by raised to 2. So we have y raised to 2 here. The coefficient is negative 8. Let's write negative 8. And then raised to 1. And as you can see, there is no term with a variable y that is raised to 1. Therefore, we have a missing term. And if we have a missing term, we need to fill in that space with 0. Again, why do we need to write 0 here? Because the polynomial must be in standard form, starting from the highest degree. And there must not have any gap. Since we started with raised to 3, y raised to 3, and then y raised to 2, the next must be y raised to 1. And since there is no y raised to 1, therefore we need to write here 0. Do not forget that. Okay? Followed by the constant. So let's write negative 15 here. And proceed in synthetic division. Let us start with bringing down the first term. Bring down 3. Okay. Then after that, multiply, then add. And repeat the process. Multiply, add, multiply, add. So let's multiply first. 3 times 3 will have positive 9. Then add them. Negative 8 plus 9, different sign. Therefore, we have to subtract. We'll get positive 1. Then multiply 1 times 3. We'll have positive 3. Add 0 plus 3. You will have positive 3 again. Then multiply 3 times 3. Here, we'll have positive 9. Write it here. Okay, 9. Then add negative 15 plus 9, different sign. Therefore, we need to subtract them. We'll get negative 6. Were you able to follow? So we just multiply, write the answer here, then add. Multiply, write the answer here, then add. Okay? And we just repeat that process. Now, for our final answer, again, the variable must be raised to 1 less than the exponent of our original equation. So the original equation we have here, the highest degree is y cubed. Therefore, the variable of our first term here will be y raised to 2. Okay? Followed by y raised to 1. So if it is raised to 1, we do not have to write the exponent anymore. And y raised to 0. So if it is y raised to 0, we do not need to write the variable. And as you can see, we still have a number here. So what is this? This negative 6. Is this an excess number? Yes. Now we call this remainder. Okay? So what will we do if we have remainder? Let's see in our final answer. So our final answer will be 3y squared. This one, we just copied it. And then 1y, if the coefficient of the variable is 1, we do not write 1 anymore. That's why we only have here positive y. Okay? We remove 1. Then positive 3, that's why we have here plus 3. How about the remainder? To write the remainder, you just have to make it a numerator over the divisor. Okay, so what is the divisor? Y minus 3. It means it will become 6 over y minus 3. Now, where is the negative sign? We just write the negative sign here. Okay, it's okay if you want to make it positive and put the negative sign here. But to make it simplified, you have to remove the negative sign here and write it in the middle. Okay, so the final answer is 3y squared plus y plus 3 minus 6 over y minus 3. Again, for the remainder, you will always write it like this. The remainder will be in the numerator and the denominator must be the divisor of our original equation. Let's try this one last example. We have negative x squared plus 14 minus 6x plus 2x cubed divided by x plus 2. So again, to apply synthetic division, we have to equate the divisor x plus 2 into 0. X plus 2 equals 0. After that, solve for x by transposing positive 2. Since it's positive, when you transpose, it will become negative. So x is equal to negative 2. Now, let us write that inside this box, negative 2. After that, let us get the coefficient of each term here in this polynomial. But make sure that it must be arranged in standard form. We have to start with the highest degree. What is the highest degree in this polynomial? Third. So, third degree, it means we need to start with x raised to 3. And the coefficient of this is positive 2. So, let us write positive 2. Followed by, so since it's x raised to 3, followed by x raised to 2. Where is x raised to 2? Okay, this one. It means we need to write the coefficient negative 3. After that, so we're done with x raised to 2. Where is x raised to 1? X raised to 1 is here, though we do not see the exponent 1. So the coefficient is negative 6. And the term without variable, we have positive 14. Okay, the constant must always be the last term. Now, we may proceed in synthetic division. First step, bring down. Okay, 2 here, then multiply, add, and so on. 2 times negative 2, that will be equal to negative 4. Write it below the next term. So, negative 4 here, and then proceed in adding them. Negative 3 plus negative 4, since both of them are negative, you have to add and copy the sign. So, 3 plus 4 is 7. It will become negative 7. Then we're done in adding them. Multiply. Negative 7 times negative 2. Both are negative. When you are multiplying two negative numbers, the answer must be positive. So, 2 times 7 is 14. It will become positive 14. Write it below the next term. After that, proceed in adding them. Different sign. So, negative 6 plus 14. You have to subtract and copy the sign of the larger number, and it's positive. So, you will have positive 8. Then, multiply again. 8 times negative 2, you will have negative 16. After that, add 14 plus negative 16, you will have negative 2. So, here are the coefficient of our answer. Let's go back to the polynomial. Look for the highest degree. We have 2x cubed. So, we just have to subtract the exponent. 3 minus 1 is 2. Therefore, the exponent of our first term will be raised to 2. Again, the exponent of your quotient must always be 1 less than the highest degree. Then, negative 7 will have a variable x raised to 1. 1 must not be written anymore. Then, 8 must have x raised to 0, and we do not write the variable anymore if it is x raised to 0. And negative 2, of course, is the remainder. So, therefore, the final answer will be 2x squared from here minus 7x, okay, we just copied it, plus 8, this one, and then minus, we just get the negative sign from our remainder and write 2 in the numerator. And for the denominator, just get it from our divisor. So the final answer is 2x squared minus 7x plus 8 minus 2 over x plus 2.